Do lubricants affect the loading of bolts? Let's experiment to find out. This hack of a rig is to measure bolt load. Turning or torquing the nut will pull up the bolt. The bottom of the rig simulates the bolt head that will be fixed in place. The links and scale simulate the bolt shank. The scale will read the load placed on the bolt in pounds. All the 3/8-inch nuts, bolts, and washers were cleaned with grease and wax remover, 70% isopropyl alcohol, and wiped with individual sections of paper towels. Test time. The nuts were torqued to 4 foot-pounds in each test. First, a dry nut and bolt resulted in a load of 486.6 pounds. Next, saw blade stick wax that resulted in 600.2 pounds. Good old WD-40 resulted in 659.4 pounds. 3-in-1 oil resulted in 533.4 pounds. 10W40 motor oil resulted in 636 pounds. Anti-seize lubricant exceeded the scale limit of 660 pounds. That probably wasn't good for my scale. Oops. And finally, blue thread locker resulted in 406.8 pounds. The anti-seize lubricant topped the list by exceeding the upper limit of the scale. The range of load readings tells us that torque is only an indirect indication of bolt load. Remember, this was with the nut being torqued to only 4 foot-pounds. Imagine the load range for much higher torques. Caution must be taken because under or over tightening bolts could result in equipment damage or personal injury. Nerd alert! Here's the standard bolt torque formula for foot-pounds. T equals torque, K equals coefficient of friction, D equals diameter of the bolt, P equals load of the bolt. 12 is the conversion factor to foot-pounds. With T, D, and 12 being constant in the experiment, if K or the friction decreased, P or the load increased. K values in torque charts are always estimates. Determining the actual K and P values requires simulating the specific application. Again, torque is only an indirect indication of tension. So, do lubricants affect the loading of bolts? Yes, they do. If I messed up somewhere, hit me in the comments.